Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk to you guys about how to properly invest in yourself. Because whether you believe it or not, you are the most important person in your life. No one else, if you think about it, no one else is really going to help you, is going to save you, is going to assist you like you can do for yourself. Right? You're the one who's going to save yourself. You're the one who's going to learn new things. You're the one who's going to do all of this, right? You may have help from other people, right? But you're the main character who's going to make shit happen, right? If you think about it. So it starts off with what you're putting your time into and what you're spending your hard-earned money into. Because a lot of these people who are on this self-improvement journey, right? Especially these pickup artists, right, who are going out there and they're trying to look good for women. They're trying to look presentable. They're trying to wear nice clothes, and they spend all this money doing this, man. And I think it's a waste because a lot of us, again, we're obsessed with fashion, right? Now, I'm not saying you can't go out and buy, a new pair of shoes or a nice shirt or a pair of pants that you like. But what I'm saying is that you need to really see where your money is going, right? Because I used to buy takeout a lot. I used to go out, every weekend, a couple days a week, sometimes after work or whatever. I'll be hitting up McDonald's or whatever. If you do that, week in and week out, you're gonna look at the end of the month and be like, shit, I just blew away $200-300, right? And for us young people, that's a lot because we're not in our career, our set career yet, right? So we're at part-time jobs that obviously don't pay. The pay is minimal, right? So it's you really have to, especially at a young age, you really have to watch out for what you're spending your money on. I'm going to tell you what I spend my money on, and then I'm going to tell you what I don't spend it on. So for me, over the past couple of years, I've only spent money on really 4 to 5 things on a consistent basis. So obviously I pay for gas money because I have a car. I invest money in books. I buy a lot of books. I like to read and learn shit because if you're into the Hindu philosophy or you're into religion of any sort, the main reason why we suffer is because we're ignorant. So what is ignorance? Basically, people that are just careless and don't care to learn new things and don't care to learn how to live a good life. So I invest in books. I read about a book every 2 weeks, sometimes a week, depending on the length. But yeah, that's something I really advise that you guys do. I advise that for you guys. Spend money on books, right? You don't have to buy a shit ton, right? But read. And if you don't have money for those, just go to the library, It's not the best because they don't have everything that you want, but they have some good stuff that you can learn from. So that's one thing. Second, food. This probably is more important than number one. Food. Healthy food. Organic. Right? Organic. And I'm going to give you a tip for this. You have to be doing intermittent fasting if you want to save money, right? If you want to save money on food, it's a good idea to do intermittent fasting. Skip breakfast and skip lunch. You don't really have to skip lunch, but definitely skip breakfast, right? And you may not save a lot of money by doing this because you may still eat, a good amount during your day, but you're gonna, let's say you spend, I don't know, 50 bucks, let's say, on groceries, right? And that's what you spend when you don't do intermittent fasting. Well, when you do intermittent fasting, you may only need to spend 40, right? And that's only $10, right? But over the course of a year, let's say uh, you spend only $40 a week on groceries, you're saving what? Oh, let me see. 10 times 4 is 40. 40 times, what's 40 times 12? Fuck. 48, 20. Yeah. So you're saving $480 a year. What is that over 5 years? That's $3,000 almost. Yeah. Yeah. So you're saving a good amount of money if you just by doing intermittent fasting, right? Uh, but obviously food is pricey, but you have to really think about it. The food that you're eating is paying you back because you're performing better in life and you're getting more out of life than if you were eating shit, right? Because there's a good chance that if you're eating shit all the time, you're not producing anything of value. You're lazy, you're tired, you're out of shape, you can't think, and so your value as a man or a woman goes down because you're not able to perform at a high enough level to be of service to people and uh, reap the rewards for yourself. So that's huge. And that's pretty much it, I'd say. It's food, books, gas money, haircuts. I mean, I don't know, I might grow out my hair. Cause haircuts, $25 for someone to cut my hair. God damn, that's expensive, you know? Uh, for what, 10 minutes? You're just chopping up my hair. Why am I going to pay you $25? But, anyways, off topic. Yeah, that's really it. I don't know what else I spend money on. Obviously, actually, I'm lucky I'm on a family plan for my gym, so I don't pay for that. But if I wasn't, I'd definitely be spending money on a gym membership. Whatever. Work out at home if you can't afford that. But, anyways, what I'm trying to say is don't be going out spending $200 or $300 a week on clothes or stupid shit like that. Like, I know one of my friends that I used to hang around with, uh, and he's always buying like Jordans and fucking like speakers and new headsets and new video games. It's like, man, no wonder why people are broke. No wonder why people are always complaining about fucking money. Because they're spending more than they're earning. Let's say you make, I don't know, 3 grand a week, right? Your typical person, your typical materialistic person goes out and takes that weekly paycheck and goes out and goes on a shopping spree and spends $1,000 on clothes, on whatever, jewelry, and just all these materialistic, like unnecessary materialistic needs that we think we need, right? So uh, that's really what you need to understand too. You have to understand this is that materialistic shit is not going to fulfill you deeply. It's not going to really hit that like fulfillment spot in you. So you may enjoy having a new pair of shoes for like 2 days, but that wears off. It wears off, and it's like, man, you just wasted that much money on it. So definitely like minimize your shit and invest it towards stuff that's meaningful. The two most meaningful things I think uh, are self-help products, right? Any sort of self-help product, whether it's dating, relationships, self-esteem, spirituality, meditation, anything, right? Anything to learn. You need to learn, right? So I'm an advocate for paying money to learn shit, right? Uh, you know, some people I know Brandon Carter. I think he spent like $100,000 one year on just self help products because he wants to fucking learn. He wants to win, right? Whatever it takes to win. That's how you gotta think about it, right? And the more information you have, the more stuff that you know, the more stuff that you can do because you know how shit works, right? And then food, of course, we'll recap that. Food, like, if your body is good, if your body's in shape, if your mind's working properly, then you're able to manifest what you want, right? Because think about it for a second. If you're eating shit food, there's a good chance, right? It may not be like this for everybody, but there's a good chance that your thinking patterns aren't great, and you're always, more likely than not, you're in fear, you're in scarcity. That's gonna fuck up your ability to manifest uh, abundance of any sort. So this stuff pays back, right? You may look at organic food and think, oh shit, that's too expensive. I can't buy that. But at the same time, if you're working a job, if you're working a part-time job, you don't even, spending money on food isn't really gonna hurt you, right? $50, $60 isn't really that much a week if you're working a good amount, right? But anyways, if you're looking at like the food and you're thinking, oh, this isn't gonna pay me back, or why would I spend 50 extra cents on these organic apples? That's you being ignorant, right? Think about it. You have to think about it in other ways, right? Like I just mentioned, if your thinking patterns are negative because you're eating shit food, then yeah, you saving $20 on or buying Oreos and Doritos when you could buy like pineapples or mangoes is not a smart investment. So definitely get that checked, get that in order, right? If you look at, if you do this for like 5 to 10 years, you just invest in like information and stuff that's like helping you develop yourself and develop what you want to put out, and you spend a good amount of money on your body, then you're gonna be golden, right? You may not reap the rewards a year from now, but you may reap the rewards 5 or 10 years or 20 years down the road, right? So you got to think about it in the long term. Like you have to have a long term vision for what this is going to do for you, right? Don't be so, antsy to go get those new pair of Jordans, right? I stopped doing that a long time ago. I remember in middle school, this is like in 8th grade. I used to be obsessed with buying like NBA jerseys, NBA like hoodies, and those hats and the Jordans and Nike and all that shit. And it didn't do anything for me. And at the time, I had an Xbox too. Man, I think back, like, I could have had so much money like right now if I just didn't have an Xbox. I didn't buy other shit. But hey, you have to learn, right? So hopefully your past mistakes can show teach you a lesson to not spend money on meaningless stuff that's going to give you 2 to 3 days of enjoyment, and then 3 days on the road, you're 3 days after that you're the same person you were before. So anyways, yeah, I hope you got something out of this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you get notified when I upload. If you have any questions, video recommendations, comments, whatever, leave them down below and I will do my best to respond. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.